Welcome to day 3 of Read Across America, where our discount ticket to fun will be through cooking. Our bodies need food every day to stay strong, and there are a lot of really fun cookbooks out there to help us learn how to make great food. Our book today is about a man who invented one of my favorite snacks. Hopefully you are all dressed up as a chef today and ready to listen as I read Nachos by Sandra and Oliver Dominguez. In 1895, a baby boy was born in northern Mexico. His name was Ignacio Anaya, and like a lot of Ignacios, he was called Nacho for short. Nacho's parents died when he was young, and he went to live with a foster mother. He loved to sit in the kitchen while she made quesadillas. She warmed corn tortillas, folded cheese inside, and toasted them until they were golden on the outside and melted on the inside. Nacho ate up one quesadilla after another. Nacho learned a lot about cooking from his foster mother. As he grew older, he became quite good at other tasks around the kitchen too. When Nacho turned 23, he found a job in a restaurant. He was willing to do whatever was needed: seat guests, pass out menus, take orders, and serve meals. As Nacho went from table to table, people smiled. He had a special talent for making diners happy. In the Mexican city of Piedras Negras, Rodolfo de los Santos heard about Nacho. Rodolfo was opening a new restaurant, the Victory Club, right across from the Rio Grande River from Eagle Pass, Texas, in the United States. The Club Victoria, as the restaurant was called in Spanish, had its own orchestra, a moonlight patio for dancing, and 4 different menus featuring everything from steak to seafood to Mexican specialties. Rodolfo wanted the best music, the best food, and the best people, and that included Nacho. The Victory Club customers came from both Mexico and the United States. When they arrived, Nacho made sure everyone felt welcome. Nacho even knew how to please Mamie Finan. Mamie lived in Eagle Pass, but she was known on both sides of the border for her outstanding cooking. At home, she served guests jalapeno jelly, French crepes, and oyster soup. At the Victory Club, she wanted to try new dishes. One afternoon in 1940, during the Victory Club's quiet hours between lunch and dinner, Mamie walked in with 3 friends. "Nacho, we're tired of the usual type snacks," Mamie said. "Do you think you could whip us up something new, something different?" Nacho smiled and headed for the kitchen. But Nacho had a problem. He didn't have any idea what to make. Even worse, there wasn't a single cook in the kitchen, and Rodolfo was nowhere to be seen. Nacho threw open the doors of the cupboards. He searched in the refrigerator. Finally, he spotted some freshly fried pieces of corn tortilla in a bowl and got an idea. Nacho carefully spread out the tortilla pieces on the platter. He sprinkled them with cheddar cheese and topped each piece of tortilla with a strip of pickled jalapeno pepper. As the last touch, he put the tortillas in the oven until they were golden and melted, just like his foster mother's quesadillas. Nacho rushed the hot platter out of the kitchen and placed it on the table. Mamie picked up a tortilla and took a bite. Hot, crispy tortilla, melted cheddar cheese, a slice of jalapeno. So simple, so scrumptious, so spectacular. "What do you call these snacks?" asked Mamie. Nacho grinned. "Well, I guess we can just call them Nachos Special." Mamie and her friends ordered another platter and another. They ate until not a single bit of the crispy new snack was left. When the women finally left a couple of hours later, Nacho had already gone home. But on the way out of the Victory Club, the women came across friend after friend arriving for dinner. They told everyone to order the delicious new dish, Nachos Special. As soon as Nacho arrived at work the next day, the waiters crowded around him. They wanted to know what Nachos Special was. Customers had been asking for it since the night before. Nacho headed straight to the kitchen and started cooking. Rodolfo watched his customers eat. Nacho made people smile when he served them as a waiter, but their smiles were even bigger while they were eating Nacho's cooking. Rodolfo promoted Nacho to executive chef and put him in charge of making diners happy. He also added Nacho's new dish to every Victory Club menu. Year after year, word of Nachos Special spread. Restaurants all over Mexico and the United States began to serve the dish. Some added beans, some added guacamole, and somewhere along the way, restaurants started to call the dish simply nachos. People still travel to Piedras Negras. They want to eat the nachos in the city where they were invented. Even a president of the United States and famous Mexican and American actors come to try the crunchy, cheesy, spicy snack. When the Victory Club closed in 1861, Nacho decided to open a restaurant of his own. He found a place in Piedras Negras, set up tables and chairs, wrote out his menu, and made sure to have plenty of tortillas, cheddar cheese, and jalapeno peppers on hand. Once everything was ready, he put up his sign in front of the door. He called his restaurant Nachos, and his most popular dish was, of course, Nachos. So, did that make you hungry? I'm ready for some nachos now, and I have some friends here who are going to help me make some. Let's say hi to Elijah Chikala and his mom, Lauren Mendez. So, as you can see, Mrs. Mendez and Elijah have just finished washing their hands. Before we get started, we're going to need to gather our supplies. First, and most important of all, you will need an adult to help you make your nachos. When you have your adult helper, you can get started by preheating your oven to 350 degrees. You can also use a microwave. Grab an apron. As you can see, Elijah and Mrs. Mendez already have theirs on. Gather your baking sheet for the oven or a plate for the microwave. Do not put a metal baking sheet in the microwave. If you are using a baking sheet, you can cover it in foil for a super easy cleanup. Do not use foil if you are making nachos in your microwave. Get out your tortilla chips and shredded cheese. You can either grate your cheese from a block, or you can buy a package of pre-shredded cheese that is your favorite flavor. Layer the chips on the baking sheet and you can add lots of different toppings like cooked chicken or beef or jalapenos. Now Mrs. Mendez is going to sprinkle the cheese and Elijah are going to sprinkle the cheese over the chips in an even layer. You can make your own special recipe. Place the nachos in the oven for 10 minutes or in the microwave for 45 seconds. Be sure and set your timer to make sure you don't burn your nachos. Okay, so it's been 10 minutes now and our nachos are ready to be taken out of the oven. Have your parent use pot holders to remove your nachos. They are coming out of a very hot oven. As they are cooling, you can get out some salsa, sour cream, or guacamole to put on top. I like to dip my nachos in salsa. Yum. It's up to you. Enjoy. Thank you, Elijah and Mrs. Mendez, for your help today. When you're through eating your nachos, go find a good book to read. Reading is like food for your brain. With our bellies full of nachos and a good book to read, we're gonna feel really satisfied. Take care, Bulldogs.